Hello everyone. Welcome to my YNR 24 Spoilers channel. Detective disclosures, backstabber drama, and the ex-wife's startling disclosures. We may anticipate some surprising betrayals, a detective who conducts thorough investigations, and an ex-wife who is caused to believe, according to spoilers and updates for the young and the restless. Let's explore some of the exciting storylines that are being planned for Genoa City, which is about to see some exciting happenings. Repercussions for two enemies who backstabbed. First, Jack Abbott and Victor Newman are on the verge of forming a dangerous alliance. These two enemies are taking a big chance that could have serious backstabbing consequences. Given the many arguments Victor and Jack have had in recent months, it's nice to see them working together for once. Even though Jack and Victor will work together to fight Kane Ashby, their friendship is not likely to last. Victor may be the first to violate the truce against Jack, thus YNR fans should prepare for betrayal at some time. Jack might take offense at this, and their future collaboration could turn into an even more bitter version of their current conflict. Deep dive, new detective, new case. In Los Angeles, October will bring a fascinating plot that promises to reveal many parts as a rookie detective investigates a challenging case. Nick and Sharon Newman will have to step in and support Noah Newman when he gets into problems and needs their assistance. But the cops will inevitably become involved, and Matt Cohen is introduced as the endearing and inquisitive Detective Burrow. Detective Burrow will undoubtedly be a crucial character in the developing drama, even though Sharon and Nick will play important roles in helping Noah. Watch for updates on Detective Burrow's potential attempts to capture the antagonists in this next plot, who are Sienna Bacall and Roger Howarth's character. The ex-wife discovers a reason to think. Fans are well aware that Lily Winters still maintains that she and Kane will never be able to reconcile. However, the word never is used for a long time, especially in soap operas. The more Lily tries to convince herself that she has moved on from Kane entirely, the more likely it is that she will finally let herself fall in love with him once more. But if Kane ever hopes to win Lily back, he needs to stop pursuing his own self-centered goals and plotting devastation. Lily will choose to see the best in Kane despite Phyllis Summers' efforts to bring out his flaws and inclinations. Somewhere, Lily can see that her ex-husband is the good Kane. Lily knows that the good Kane is still out there somewhere, because sometimes when she looks into his eyes, she gets brief glimpses of the man she once loved. The difficulty is in actually getting along with that man and convincing Kane to stop acting like an avaricious Aristotle Dumas. Giving Kane a real wake-up call won't be easy. Lily will finally be inspired to fight for true love, since it is still possible for her and Kane to fall in love. Keep watching, because these plotlines promise to be full of dramatic drama and stunning revelations, according to spoilers for the young and the restless. Check in to see what's going on with YNR at the moment. For news, updates, and spoilers about the young and the restless, return here frequently. Writing Shakeup casts doubt on Josh Griffith's future. Updates and spoilers for the young and the restless suggest that the writing and production of the show will be impacted by a recent change behind the scenes. Let's talk about what this means for Josh Griffith, the chief writer and executive producer of the CBS serial opera. Josh Griffith has had a lot on his plate, handling almost everything by himself. Griffith has a lot of work to do every day because he is now serving as the CBS soap opera's executive producer and chief writer. Griffith puts a lot of work into Genoa City, so it makes sense that he could need assistance to make the show as good as it can be. Sally McDonald, who has been hired as a co-executive producer to work alongside Griffith in his executive producer role, has fortunately come to the rescue. If you don't go past the credits, you should recognize McDonald's name, because she has directed at YNR for many years. Additionally, McDonald has worked as a production supervisor before, so she is familiar with the CBS soap opera and will surely be a great help after her recent promotion. What does Josh Griffith stand to gain from these changes behind the scenes? According to Soap Opera Network sources, Josh Griffith will be focusing more on the writing aspect of his responsibilities as a result of the change. Griffith will have more time to focus on creating tales and pursuing new avenues for the adored characters, now that MacDonald is joining him as a co-executive producer. On social media, there have undoubtedly been a lot of complaints about the show's slow pacing and boring corporate drama. Perhaps if Griffith focuses more on writing, these issues will be resolved. The fact that the program is making this shift is particularly noteworthy because it can indicate that more changes are coming. Is Griffith's employment at risk? If this shift in focus doesn't work, is Griffith's literary career in jeopardy? Many fans are excited to see some changes on television, but we'll have to wait and see. We know that at least one exciting aspect is on the way with a dangerous Los Angeles noir story this October, and the show could definitely need a boost of excitement, along with any fresh concepts Josh Griffith may have in mind. That is undoubtedly something to look forward to. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, there may be more behind-the-scenes changes coming soon. We'll keep you informed of any noteworthy developments. Check in to see what's going on with Y&R at the moment. For news, updates, and spoilers about The Young and the Restless, return here frequently. There has never been any calm in The Young and the Restless universe. Betrayal, atonement, ambition, and secrets that gradually come to light until they blow up in dramatic confrontations are the lifeblood of Genoa City. Fans have witnessed marriages being ruined, loyalty being put to the test, empires being established and dismantled, and families being split apart before coming back together over the years. New stories are now starting to become woven into Genoa City's fabric as the soap opera enters its most recent chapter. The show promises to produce drama of the greatest kind, with old foes forging backstabbing alliances, a fresh detective exploring shadowy areas, and an ex-wife finding hope where she formerly felt only misery. Behind-the-scenes moves that could change the show's artistic direction are adding fuel to the fire, leaving viewers wondering if the cherished daytime drama is set to take a turn for the worst. Repercussions for two enemies who backstab. Nothing is more perilous in Genoa City than two adversaries abruptly declaring a truce. Longtime fans are aware that the tense alliance that is developing between Victor Newman and Jack Abbott is the kind of ticking time bomb that will never be resolved without causing someone's pride to be damaged and their empire to be threatened. Victor and Jack have been at odds over women, business, and family ties for decades. Their rivalry, which has ruined families, ruined fortunes, and driven some of the most interesting storylines in The Young and the Restless lengthy history, is the stuff of soap opera folklore. But the stakes feel different this time. Victor and Jack are confronted with a threat that is too subtle to ignore as Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, creeps back into the scene, eager to cause problems and wrest his way back into power. Even though they despise one another, they understand that they cannot fight this battle alone. Their fortunes are linked, at least for the time being, and they must work together to defeat a shared foe. Victor Newman, however, is never a man who shares power for very long, as any observer is aware, being the puppeteer and manipulating the strings to leave his allies fall for his tricks is how the so-called mustache thrives. Victor's tactics have burnt Jack too many times for him to fully down his defenses. As a result, there is skepticism in the partnership, and every handshake is accompanied by the fear of a knife in the back. This plot is genuinely captivating, not only because of the alliance, but also because of the unavoidable consequences it portends. Jack, who has a violent temper and a deep-seated mistrust of Victor's authority, is unlikely to take any insult lying down. And Victor has always been quick to betray when it serves his larger goal. The betrayal is so obvious to fans that they can almost feel it coming. One minor slip-up, one secret goal revealed, and the collaboration will fall apart. And when it does, Jack and Victor's rivalry won't only rekindle. Rather, it may erupt into a more sinister and vicious phase than we've ever witnessed. The authors are deftly laying the groundwork for a narrative that strikes a balance between transient unity and unavoidable devastation. In soap opera logic, triumph always has a cost, even though Jack and Victor may be able to defeat Kane for the time being. When all is said and done, The price might be more than each guy can afford. Deep dive, new case, new detective. Another plotline developing in Los Angeles promises to provide a fresh kind of intrigue and peril, while power conflicts in Genoa City keep the tension simmering. An exciting addition to the YNR universe is Detective Burrow's entrance. Fans are aware that secrets are going to be revealed and lives are going to be turned upside down whenever a new investigator is introduced. Detective Burrow is drawn into the story by the case of Noah Newman, who is in danger and needs the support of his parents, Nick and Sharon Newman, in order to survive. Protecting their children has always been a top priority for Nick and Sharon, who have endured decades of sorrow and heartache. Their resiliency is once again put to the test by Noah's involvement in this new mystery, demonstrating that danger can strike even in seemingly peaceful times and that the past may never truly be forgotten. Detective Burrow is not your typical soap opera detective. He is described as affable and inquisitive, and he is positioned to be the type of investigator that probes thoroughly until he finds the truth rather than only skimming the surface. His appearance implies that this case is not a small setback in Noah's life, but rather a complex plot with antagonists, ulterior objectives, and ties that could extend back to Genoa City. The villains allegedly pulling strings in the background are Sienna Bacall and Roger Howarth's as yet unveiled figure. The detective's job becomes even more crucial when Noah and his family are fighting against such powerful forces. He has the capacity to revolutionize the game because of his thoroughness, his ability to see connections that others overlook, and his openness to question established power structures. This storyline's Los Angeles noir vibe is especially intriguing since it deviates from the typical corporate and family-focused themes of The Young and the Restless. Rather, it draws the players into a more sinister, gritty mystery where trust is brittle, friendships are brittle, and outwitting enemies who lurk in the shadows is essential to survival. It's possible that Noah's story will push them to come together and put aside their personal issues in order to confront outside threats. Viewers may anticipate disclosures that will rock not only Noah's life, but possibly the entire Newman family, as Detective Burrow leads the investigation. The ex-wife discovers a cause for belief. The Young and the Restless is also reminding viewers why love, no matter how complex, remains at the core of every soap opera amidst treachery and peril. Lily Winter's complex relationship with her ex-husband Kane Ashby is at the heart of this emotional tug-of-war. Lily has maintained that her relationship with Kane is over for years. Her heart is afraid to ever let him back in because she has experienced too much suffering, too many lies, and too many betrayals. However, never in Genoa City rarely lasts forever, as any seasoned soap opera watcher is aware. Lily claims to have moved on, but she can't help but notice the glints of the guy she once loved that remain visible in Kane's eyes. But Kane's deadliest enemy is himself. Lily is aware that he still harbors decency, but it is in danger of being overshadowed by his desire for power and propensity to undermine himself. Kane's efforts to remain on a redemptive road are further complicated by influences such as Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, who feeds on turmoil and manipulation. However, Lily, who is always hopeful about love, finds herself holding on to hope. She recognizes that Kane has the capacity to change, to shed his darker tendencies, and to accept the man she once thought he could be. Kane's ability to meet the task is the true question. We know from the history of soap operas that redemption storylines are rarely straightforward. They require vulnerability, sacrifice, and the courage to face one's own fears. Kane might have a chance to win Lily back if he can get rid of the poisonous Aristotle Dumas character he has been hiding behind. The path is just as complicated for Lily. Her stability, her dignity, and the progress she has made in her future are all at stake if she opens her heart once more. However, love in Genoa City is never safe, which is exactly why it's so captivating to witness. Fans are left wondering if Lily will experience true transformation as a result of her faith, or if she will be deceived once more by a guy who is unable to control his own worst impulses. Behind the scenes repercussions, Josh Griffith's prospects are in doubt. Behind the scenes, equally exciting things are taking place, while the drama on screen intensifies. A major change in the future management of The Young and the Restless is indicated by the news that Sally McDonald and Josh Griffith have been elevated to co-executive producer. As the chief writer and executive producer for a considerable amount of time, Griffith has come under fire from both insiders and fans for his excessive workload. It is practically difficult for one person to handle the logistical needs of production and creative storytelling indefinitely. McDonald's replacement allows Griffith to focus his efforts on the writing, which is the area where supporters most want to see progress. The timing of the maneuver is critical. The slow tempo of the show has been the subject of numerous complaints on social media, especially on the endless business stories that seem monotonous and lacking in urgency. Griffith has the chance to revitalize the show's scripts by giving the characters daring arcs and unexpected turns now that McDonald is serving as executive producer. Change, of course, brings uncertainty. Some view Griffith's McDonald's elevation as a lifeline, while others see it as the beginning of a slow process that may finally result in his complete removal from the position of chief writer. After all, soap operas are based on change, both on and off screen, and CBS may choose to further reorganize the leadership if the show's ratings don't react to the new creative balance. Nevertheless, there is cause for hope. In addition to her decades of experience, McDonald's familiarity with The Young and the Restless guarantees that she won't require much time to settle in. She and Griffith might work together to create a chemistry that brings Genoa City back to life and gives viewers the high-stakes narrative they love. Fans should rest easy knowing that the creative staff is listening to their worries for the time being. The resurrected Abbott-Newman rivalry, the Noir-inspired Los Angeles arc, and the delicate yet complex Cane Lily plotline all imply that the authors are already changing course and gravitating toward the kind of drama that draws viewers in day after day. Concluding remarks. The Young and the Restless strength is its ability to balance several plot lines, each of which offers a distinct kind of drama, romance, suspense, betrayal, and redemption, while also teasing upcoming conflicts that haven't yet been resolved. Genoa City feels full of possibilities as Detective Burrow delves into a perilous mystery. Lily struggles with her lingering love for Kane. Victor and Jack's alliance is on the verge of disintegrating, and behind-the-scenes changes are influencing the show's course. Clean resolutions are not something that fans should expect. Every truce holds the seed of treachery, and every inquiry that is answered creates 3 new mysteries. That's the soap opera style, which is why The Young and the Restless is still one of the longest-running series on television. One thing is for sure, the upcoming months will be combustible, regardless of whether you're here for the business conflicts, family conflicts, romantic tales, or criminal riddles.